Hello guys, you're welcome back to the channel. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to pad your hip padding step by step. So if you are interested in this kind of video, please stay back and watch this tutorial in details. Thanks so much for joining my channel. Let's get back to work and see how it goes.
So here is the pattern paper we are working with today with our hip padding. So this is my pattern paper. Already mark out the body measurement we are working with the 2-inch sewing allowance. Already added our 2-inch sewing allowance. You can try to use 1.5 inches for your sewing allowance as well. So this is what I have right here right now. This is the waist. This is the waist, and here is the hip line. Just trying to straighten my hand, and here is the hip line. Here is the hip line. Hip line. Now in this, when you want to make a hip boot, the next thing you need to do is to measure your underbutt. You can just decide to take your tape rule from your waistline, measure it to your underbutt, like the down of your boot. You understand? Measure it to that part. So the down of my boot is 14. So this is it. This is the 14 right here, right now. This is it. This is under bum bum. I call it under bum bum. So this is it. Can you see that? So here is the back bodies. This back body, I already added the zip allowance to it as well. Can you see? This is for the zip allowance. I already added to it. So after I already take out the normal body measurement, the next thing we need to do now is to take out our hip padding measurement. You understand? I'm going to do that now. So now from this edge, can you see? Please, I want you to watch this place carefully so that by the time you want to make your own, you will not do mistake. From this edge here, from this edge here, measure 1.5. Can you see the way I measure the 1.5? Measure 1.5. I'll come again. Measure 1.5. Then from this under the boot here, under, we measure under boots here, measure 2 inches or 1 inches, depending on your choice. This depends on your choice anyway, depending on how much you want the under the boot, how much you want it to come up. So this is it. So I'll measure 1 inches from the line that I did earlier. So making, this is it. Can you see? I measure 1 inches up and I measure 1.5 inches down from the waistline. From the waistline, I measure 1.5 inches down. Then from the under boots, I measure 1 inch up. Then the next thing I'm going to measure now is 6 inches. From this place, I measure 6 inches. From here, from the hip line, I measure 6 inches. So I'm going to connect the line now. I'm going to connect the line. I want to connect the line. So just place it as shown and connect it. So I'm going to connect the line now. Can you see? Just connect it as shown. And I'm going to connect it to this place as well. Yeah, so this is what I have. This one to this split as well. That's how it's supposed to be. Can you see? This is front. I write F1. I use that F1 to do front. So this is F1, F2.
Meaning front 1 and front 2, because this is for the front bodies. So let's cut it out and do
the waist. I measure out 7 inches from the waist. I took 7 inches to my waist, to my hip line. So that is what I'm going to measure. I'm going to measure out 7 inches to my hip line. Then I'm going to rule them out. So from the waist to my hip line, I use 7, and from my waist to my underbone, I use 14. I hope you are getting it. By the time you want to sew your own, make sure that you measure it from your waist to your underbutt, and then if possible you can take measurements of your waist to your hip line so that it will give you a perfect shape. You understand? So this is what I have right now. This was the same thing I did at the front side. When I want to cut the front, I'm going to repeat it here as well, which is 1.5 inches downward, then plus 1 inches upward. Can you see that? I just measured this so that I'll be able to, like, then from this, after the zip allowance here, I'll measure 1 inches. Watch this place carefully. Can you see? I took measurement from the zip allowance. I measure 1 inches inward. Then I'm going to connect a line from here to here, just like we did when we want to cut the front body. The same way we did when we want to cut the front, you're going to repeat it for the back as well. And you see that I'm going to connect another line from here. Yes, can you see that? But you know, our hip is not like this, so we cannot leave it like this. So I'm going to blend it here. Yes, then I'm going to like bend it so that it will give me this shape. Can you see? The shape is already given. So the next thing you're going to do now is to cut it out. We're going to cut it out now. So this is back 1 and back 2. Now, I made mistakenly earlier. I supposed to write up and down. So that is what I'm writing right now. Up, down. This up, down that I'm writing is very, very important. So that by the time we want to fix it we want to fix it together, we will not place down and up together. You understand? So it's supposed to be, I supposed to make sure that I write my I supposed to indicate the up and down so that I will not do a mistake by the time I want to join it. You have to take note of that so that you will not do mistake. So that by the time you want to join it, you're going to take one back and place it up with one up, one front up. It should be together. So this is what we have after cutting it. This is what we have after cutting it. This is our 2 fronts and this is the back. This is how the back looks like. So the next thing we're going to do now is to cut it on our foam. And this is our foam. This is it. This is the foam I bought. I already used out of this.
And the foam is half of an inch. Can you see? It's half inch and one stick like that. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to start cutting all the paper on the foam. I'll cut every one after the other. So let's cut it out. That you label them. Label it up and down. By the time you want to sew it, sew up and down. Don't do mistake. Make sure that you label it and make sure that you write your up and down on it, so that you not do mistake. And this is it. I want to sew it. I want to show you how I'm going to sew it. So now, as I want to sew it now, I'm going to place up and down. I'm going to place up with up. Can you see? Down with down, up with up. That's how I'm going to sew it. That's how you're going to sew it one after the other. Make sure that you label it. It's very, very important. I hope you are getting it.
So this is how you're going to start. You're going to trim it. Make sure that you trim it very well. The more you trim it, the more it's going to give you that shape that you need, so that by the time you wear it, it will not show that you had something. This is the reason why for the trimming of this hip padding of a thing. You understand? You really need to trim it. This is it after trimming it. This is what we got. After I trim it, I'm still trimming it again. So just make sure that you trim it, and after trimming it, we're going to fix it on the lining. And this is the two. This is it after joining and trimming it. This is what we got. Can you see that? This is what I got after joining and trimming it. And this is it. This is what we are going to have. Can you see? This is the back. This is how the back is going to look like. And this is the front. This is how it's going to look like. So now, before we proceed, this is the lining. I already joined the lining. Can you see? I already joined the front and the back of the lining together. So I leave out the zip allowance side. I haven't joined the zip allowance side, and I already take that on the lining as well. And here is our foam. So we are going to join this our padding on the foam. Just make sure that you measure your 2 inches. You know, we leave 2 inches earlier. That 2 inches we leave, make sure that you leave it on the lining as well. Leave the 2 inches, pin it, because we're going to sew it on this lining. We're going to sew this hip padding on the lining. So
this is it. Can you see? I just use pin to pin it together for you guys to see. I've not sewn it too. And this is it in my body. Can you see? This is how it's going to look after you are done doing it. So let me take it to the machine and sew it. And before that, let me show you, I already joined the Ankara as well. This is the Ankara that I joined. I've not padded it here. Can you see how it is, how my body is right here now? So now let me join it, let me stitch it. And when you are stitching it, make sure that you stitch it on a straight line. Just watch how I'm going to stitch it now. Just watch it and see.
So I'm done with that. Now here is the main fabric. This is the Ankara that we are using. I already joined the back and front together, just exactly the way I joined the lining. You're going to join your fabric too as well. And this is the lining that we joined earlier. Now what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to turn this one. This is the down part. Yes, this is the down part. So I'm going to place my lining as shown. Yes, I'm going to place the lining like this. Then I'm going to use the lining to turn the fabric. So I'm going to sew it at this down part I'm going to sew it. I'll sew it a little down part, and I'm going to sew the side as well. I'll sew the side, the two side. Then after sewing it, I'll bring it back so that I'll show you guys what I have. And this is it after sewing it. I've not ironed it. This is what I have. This is the lining, and this is the fabric. This is what I have after sewing it. Can you see? This is it. So this is it. This is my body before the hip padding, and this is it. This is my body after putting it on my body. So I'm going to show you the finishing part after I join the half length with it, so that you're going to see the finishing aspect of this hip padding. Thank you so much for watching. Let me join the half length and come back to show you guys.
And this is it after I already sew everything together. Oh my god, see the hip padding is giving, man. My hip is not this big. It's because of the hip that I pad. So thank you so much for joining this channel. God bless you. If you love this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. God bless you. Bye.